Today is all about high-end spooky decor for Halloween. Welcome to the Chic Show. First is a rustic black jack-o'-lantern. I used clear contact paper to make a stencil pattern. I added Mod Podge on top so that the paint wouldn't bleed, and once the Mod Podge was dried, stippled on Waverly chalk paint in ink. I did allow the paint to dry for a couple of minutes, and then I pulled away the stencil. I added on a little burlap bow, and this project was finished. The next project is a mini man in the moon. This is a moon from Dollar General. I pulled off the leather that was on there, and what was left behind was this rigid little pattern of glue, which I really liked. So I painted it in Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I traced on the eye, and then I used some black paint mixed with water just to kind of make a stain, and I just lightly brushed over those glue marks, and it was the perfect look for this little moon. I did sand back the eye just a little bit so that it matched more of the stain that I had used. Then I added on a little beaded hanger using natural beads and black beads. Project number 3 is a collection of pumpkins. I used 3 different ceramic pumpkins from Dollar Tree. The first one I gave a coat of Waverly chalk paint in elephant. I did seal the pumpkin after painting it. I sealed it with some clear spray paint. Once it was sealed and dried, I took it outside, and with some Dawn Power Wash, I sprayed the pumpkin, and before the bubbles disappear, I sprayed on some white spray paint. This will give it kind of a splotchy look. For the second pumpkin, I gave it a coat of Waverly chalk paint in ink, and then I'm going to go back with some cornstarch and see if I can make a terracotta looking pumpkin, much like the Pottery Barn that's all the rage right now. After applying the second coat, while it is still wet, I used cornstarch in a little salt shaker and sprinkled it all over the wet paint and let it dry that way. For the third pumpkin, I did take it outside and I gave it a coat of black spray paint, and then I came inside and I'm giving it a coat of DIY paint in White Swan. Because this pumpkin is textured in places, after the second coat, I went back with my little finger sander and sanded away some of those higher spots just to bring out that detail. Here's a look at all 3 pumpkins using all 3 different methods. The last project is a floral skull, and this is probably my favorite project of all. I had spray painted some skulls to match my craft room at one time, and I'm going to spray paint it again, but I'm going to spray paint it white. But before that, I'm going to cut a hole in the top so that I can add some florals. I spray painted it kind of a cream white color, and then I added white flowers into the skull, and I think this makes for a very chic Halloween look. If you like this high-end spooky decor piece, leave me a skeleton in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now. If you like this video, be sure and give me a thumbs up, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel.